Greetings. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks, Sr., your host, and this is Community Focus. We're very happy to have with us again Reverend Jeanne Franco Valdemar, doctor in divinity. He's the founder of Hope for Haitian American Youth and Elderly. Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Valdemar is going to give us update on the earthquake that happened in Haiti. We're going to revisit the situation there that happened January the 12th,
2010.
2010 at 4:53 p.m.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning, Reverend Valdemar.
Good morning, Dr. Brooks, and good morning to all our listeners. And I want to wish to all of you a happy new year. Mm-hmm. I hope that this year will be much, much better than 2015. And it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. We're happy to have you annually come back and talk about, revisit the earthquake in Haiti. It's been it's quite a catastrophe, and I just want to remind our listeners, and hopefully we can get some people to volunteer and also make contributions to make this a better area. But tell our listening audience, I mentioned that you're president of Hope for Haitian American Youth and Elderly, called acronym for HOYA, HOHAYE. You may want to, and you are a resident of Waukegan, Illinois, but tell us about your, let's revisit your activity with Hope for Haitian American Youth and Elderly.
Well, Dr. Brooks, if you look at our booklet, you will see that these organizations in the second page, we started here in 2001. I want you to see that.
Okay.
The very first thing that we did, the very first actions, I hope you see that. So we started out in our achievement in 2001. In 2001,
okay,
we started this organization.
Okay.
We went to Haiti in year 2000 to finalize an adoption, the adoption of our first girl. And my mother-in-law went with me, and she went to her native village. Mm-hmm. And there we found there was a river that was in quest, and we couldn't cross to go to her native village. Right there, Dr. Brooks, we were told many, many touching stories about people who died. There was a pregnant woman who sat there on a horse, couldn't cross to go to a clinic, and she was 9 months pregnant, and she was bleeding, and she died right there.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's the reason that you can see we contributed $400 toward a pedestal bridge which would enable the community to move when the river is in quest.
Okay.
That was the very first action that we posed in Haiti in 2001.
Okay.
And ever since, you can see what we've done over the years. And if there is only one good news I can bring to the community today, is the fact that in 2016, we are celebrating our 15-year anniversary of helping the Haitian people. And I'm glad to come here and to give a report of what's going on in Haiti. But before you will see, Dr. Brooks, we have documented everything that we've done.
Okay.
2001, you'll see 2003, you'll see 2004, 2005, 2007, 8, so on and so forth. And now in July, you'll see that in April 2010, what happened after the earthquake on January 12, 2010. So I put in that booklet, Pastor Franco Valdemar landed in Port-au-Prince at 4 p.m. and was welcomed less than an hour later by the famous earthquake that devastated Haiti. He was on his way to do his missionary work. Do you see that, Dr. Brooks?
Yes, that's January
2010.
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
And the earthquake happened at 4:53 p.m.
At 4:53, less than an hour later.
Woo.
And, now you can see in April 2010, so Reverend Arthur Gass, for the very first time, went to Haiti with me, who happened to be the Lake County Black Chamber of Commerce president and founder.
Okay.
And he went along with me and my wife, Carol. And for that week-long mission trip, we empowered a lot of poor merchants, fed 1,000 people thrice, preached the gospel for 3 days in Fontenay, met with the pastors, encouraged and supported financially those who lost their loved one. That was in April 2010. And in July 2010, if you remember, a truck was purchased and shipped to Haiti loaded with shoes, clothes, medicine, school supplies, and non-perishable food items. So if you keep on reading, you will see the trend. What God has allowed us to do in our homeland country. We don't sit, Dr. Book, and cross our arm helplessly, bewilderedly. We have acted accordingly by asking the questions, what would Jesus do? And I know that Christ can hide behind you and behind me to do good things through us. So today, today is the 4th of January, but in just less than 8 days, we will commemorate the 6-year anniversary of that earthquake. But Dr. Brooks, not too much improvement.
Well, tell us about. Let's tell listening audience. Let's revisit the Haitian earthquake. Now, give us a little about, first of all, the Haitian history. This was actually a very poor country in the beginning, right?
It was in the beginning, but it wasn't always the case.
Okay.
Because if you remember, Haiti, and I want all my listeners to remember that, Haiti is the first tiny little black Haitian nation to bring freedom to the black people in the Western Hemisphere.
Wow.
I want people to remember that.
I wonder how many people know that.
You know, we are the very first black nation in the Western Hemisphere to earn our independence from France.
Okay.
From France in January 1st, 1804. Now think about that. Which was the first nation to be independent in the Americas? It was the United States of America. Right?
Okay.
It was July 4, 1776.
Okay.
That was the very first nation to be independent in the Western Hemisphere. That is a given.
Okay.
But we are the second nation to be independent after the United States of America, Dr. Brooks. We are the second nation to be independent, so which happened January 1st, 1804. So which means 212 years we just celebrated of independence. But now we are paying for our stubbornness. And I'm not blaming this on other nations as a whole, because we have our part to play in it too. But yet remember, if you are the very first black nation to be independent, in the first of the earth, confronted those colonialists. So now we still paying the price for the freedom that we have given to the whole Caribbean, and let alone the whole America. So I want my listeners to understand that part. So there is a reason that we are where we are now, because we've been isolated for so many years. And even in France, we've been paying for our independence, so the equivalence now is around $20 billion we pay to France.
$20 billion.
That's the equivalence of the money we paid. A tiny, poor country of slaves. We did not have hospitals. We did not have wards. We did not have schools, but we had to find money to pay friends for our independence. So by paying this money, so we did not have enough to build roads, to build schools, to build hospitals, to create good jobs. And then we are paying for it right now. So we jump from pre-modernity to post-modernity. So we never knew what we call modernity in Haiti.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're talking with Reverend Pastor Jeanne Franco Valdemar. He's a doctor in divinity, President, Hope for Haitian American Youth and Elderly. And we are revisiting the earthquake that happened in Haiti, January
12, 2010.
2010. And he's been giving us a little bit about the history of Haiti that we probably will not be able to read in textbooks, but we need to know. Well, we have, let's see, what is this, Port-au-Prince, Haiti, when it happened at?
Yeah, I was there in front of the airport when the earthquake struck. I was just in front of the airport, which is in Port-au-Prince.
Tell us that there are families still struggling to get out then, right?
Oh, my goodness. Yes, Dr. Brooks. We still, 6 years later, we still have people under tent. We still have people under tent.
When you say people under tents, give an idea of how many people were affected by the earthquake.
The earthquake itself, we had a total of 1.5 million people who were displaced by the earthquake. More than 250,000 people died. So we estimated at 300,000. It might be more, it might be less. But at least around 300,000 people died in a few seconds. Then we have 25,000 people who were amputated. 25,000 amputated. And then now 1.5 million under tent. And 6 years later, we have a total of around 50,000 people still under tent. 50,000.
And no help from the government.
I'm not saying no help from the government, but they did establish a rule how to get people out of camp or tent. Those who really had houses that were destroyed and who showed that they were paying what we call, taxes, and these houses were rebuilt. But those who were not able to show that, yes, they indeed had houses and they were paying taxes, so it took the government a little bit longer to figure out how to help them. And so that's how we still have, and there are also people who decide to stay in tents. Because they are able to probably receive food from NGOs, non-governmental, organizations, non-for-profit organizations who feed them and clothe them and things like that. If they were in their own houses, it would have been very difficult for them to find anything. So they have decided to stay.
Now, is it difficult for people in this country who want to get supplies to the needy? Is there difficulty? Well,
yes and no. I have found a way to ship things, as you know. I've used some tricks. The first thing that we did, we shipped a truck. We put a lot of goods in that truck. And then, if you remember, a few years ago, we shipped a school bus.
Yes.
Not because we needed the school bus, but that was the easiest way. And we took off the seat, and then we packed that school bus with clothes, medicines, and everything that you can think of, school supplies, and we shipped them. It ended up costing us less than shipping all these things through other boats or airplanes. And that's the best way to ship things. Otherwise, shipping a bells, we have to buy the bells for around $20 or $25. And then by shipping, it's around $130, $135. So one bell will cost around $160. But if we put things together, so we buy a cheap school bus, because the school bus I bought was for $3,000.
Okay.
And then we put everything in that school bus, and then we ship it to Miami, put another boat, and then so of course we have to deal with customs. We have to pay, but that's okay. But it's still much cheaper than sending a bell to Haiti.
Now there's efforts on your part taking the leadership to rebuild too, right?
That's correct.
School and so forth.
Yeah, Haiti, we need long-term goals and we also need short-term goals.
Okay.
What are the two short-term goals? Now, we have people who are suffering from everything.
Okay.
They're in need of medicines. They don't have any money to pay to go to see a doctor.
Okay.
So these people, we need to help them. They are hungry. So we need to feed them.
Okay.
But feeding alone will not do it. Because you cannot keep on giving a fish every day to people. You need to teach them how to fish themselves. That's a long-term goal.
Yeah, give a person a fish, he'll eat for a day.
Yeah.
You teach him to fish.
And they go and get the fish themselves every day.
Yeah.
So basically what we're doing in Hawaii, we need to take into consideration the two goals. The short-term goals is to provide right now what we can to the people who are dying of hunger, of diseases, all kind of things, people who are homeless.
Yeah.
We need to do something about it. We cannot cross our arm. But in the long run, if we don't want the people to still be dependent, we got to think about how to help them with schooling, how to help the hospitals to be better equipped to help with, diseases, and how to create jobs for people so that they can help their family. And that's basically what we're doing. And we're glad to report that Dr. Brooks, we will open up in June, this coming June, a missionary guest house.
Wow, that'll be a real celebration because you've been working on that for quite some time.
Oh, almost 10 years. So now we will have an open house, and our hope is to give at least job to 10 people.
Okay.
We need to start with 10 people, give jobs to 10 people so that they can take care of their family. So these are the people we will not have to provide things for them because they will be able to take care of their own family. So all we want people to do is to go as missionaries in short-term missions like a weekly mission trip. We will open up that guest house by starting in June 15.
Okay.
That's the first week. And anyone who want to go, they can go. We have opened up a website, so they can go and register.
You can give that now.
And the website is www.himgo.com. Himgo is HIMGHOH.com. And that Himgo. .org. It can be either. Himgo.com or himgo.org will take you to that website. You will see that you can pick for 6 weeks which one you want to go to. And we put the price, what it costs, what to do and what not to do, and what is needed. Because we usually tell people what to bring with them when they go to a mission trip to Haiti. So to be safe.
This is fantastic. You gave that so that for those that want to volunteer and to help bring Haiti back to its original state can get involved. And it's nothing like going there to see yourself.
That's exactly right. A man like Pastor Gas can testify the work because he is our ambassador. Okay. He has been there 4 times with us already.
4 times?
4 times, Pastor Gas.
And it was not a vacation. He preached too, right?
Yeah, it was never a vacation because there is so much to be done. And you may ask the question, and when I go there, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But in the website, you can see that no matter what you have, you will be able to give. If you are a carpenter, what about going to Haiti and just teach some skills, basic skills, carpentry skills for a week? If you decide to stay for 2 weeks, that's fine too. excuse me, if you decide to stay for a month, that's up to you. But we put the price on a weekly basis so you know what it will cost. You know, that's lodging, the meals, and everything, the transportation. So if you are a mason, so you can go and teach people basic skills. If you are an electrician, so what about teaching English as a third language?
Okay.
You don't need to speak French or Creole to teach English. I had a girl, her name is Fawn Orton. She teach at Lake County Baptist School. She went to Haiti and she spent a week with me. She taught English as a third language. She doesn't speak French that well. She doesn't speak Creole that much. But what she did, she brought her computer and the photos with her, like apple.
Okay.
And she said apple, and she showed that it is an apple. And then the Haitian people realized that it was, palm, such in palm. It's apple. And the picture of a door, she said a door. And they realized that it was a pot in pot.
Okay.
So it's really easy right now with technology to teach English in any setting, in any language. You see what I mean? So we have overhead projector, we can project, and people will see the items, they'll see the pictures, and you can teach English as a third language. So you can go to work in an orphanage for a day or two. You can bring things with you that you can go. I will take you to an orphanage that you can feed the kids, you can work with them, you can be with them for as long as you want. These are the things that you can do. Or you can decide to evangelize, you can decide to preach the gospel, you can decide to work with the kids, the youth, so on and so forth. And it can be fun too.
And you've been getting support too, in addition to Pastor Gass, Reverend Wallstone Francis, and John Caples, Reverend Ralph Warren,
yes.
Yeah, Warren too.
Oh, definitely. I mean, these people, I wouldn't even, in existence if it wasn't for the people you just talked to. Let me give you an example. For the last month alone, we received from Shiloh around $2,000.
Oh, okay.
So I said the last 2 months.
Okay.
Talking about November and December.
Okay.
That money was around like $50,000 to us because we have spent every penny. We were going to be in the red till January. Because in October we went to Haiti. We spent around $10,000 and we bought things for $14,000.
Okay.
So what is it that we were doing? In the guest house, we wanted to make sure that we close the year by installing ceramics and tiles in it. And we went to Haiti in October with some money. And then we were shot because we didn't have a lot of money. But it happened that a store there where we purchased things said, Pastor Franco, we cannot sell you half of the ceramic that you need. Because if you come 6 months down the road, we might not find the same quality or the same color. We rather sell you the ceramic that you need and install all of them. And when you go back to the U.S., you send the money that you owe.
Oh, boy.
And you see, and we did it by faith. We installed the ceramics. Now, we had 3 toilets that we had to install. We were able to do so, but we still owed some money.
Yeah.
And then by Shiloh, Pastor Francis, to give us that money, so we can say now we only owe $2,000. So we did owe $4,000, and then we send that money, so we owe now $2,000. So which is good. We are making progress. We still need to furnish the guest house. We still need to do things, but we have 6 months to do it. And that's why we need people to go and register online. By registering, so we know who will be going in which week, so we can get ready for them. Yeah.
This is fantastic. And if other churches want to get involved, they can call you. You gave me a website, but can they call you?
Oh, yes. We have our cell phone number is 224-772-7379. And we do have a website that people can go to donate if they want to.
Okay.
And this website is www.heartofjesus.org. Hohaye, HOHAYE.org. And there people will see all the pictures, all the things that we've done. If you want to contribute, you can give through PayPal or to credit card. You just can click on donate, and it will take you to a website where you can give a donation, because we really need to furnish. We need to buy more beds. We need to buy fans, ACs and generators. We need to buy a lot of things. So by going to the website or sending a check to our address, write it out to Hohaye, HOHAYE, and the address is 2613 Burnett Avenue. Burnett is spelled BRNOT Avenue, BRNOT Avenue, in Waukegan, Illinois, 60087. We are a 501c3 organization. Every donation is tax deductible. So you can go online and verify what I'm talking about under Hope for American and Haitian Youth and Elderly. So you will see that we are a 501c3 organization.
Now you are involved in speaking engagements too, if you're invited?
Oh yes, that's what we do. We go to churches to talk about mission and how people can get involved in mission. And Dr. Books, I can say that church that survives, the churches that survive are the churches that support mission, because there is no other around. It is Jesus himself who said in Matthew 28, 15 to 19, and he said, all authorities have been given to me on earth and in heaven. And he said, go and make all disciples.
Okay.
Teaching them, preaching them, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So teach them. It is our mission to go and make disciples. Now there is a confusion, Dr. Books, about going.
Okay.
How do we go? Do you really need to go to Haiti to be a missionary? I said no. If your church support missions, you give to missions, you are a missionary. If you pray for your missionaries, you are a missionary.
Okay.
If you cannot give and you pray, because now our missionaries are facing death everywhere where they are.
Yeah.
They are telling them to deny the name of Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
They are putting them in jail. But if you live in your comfort and you are able to pray for protection and you go to your church, you give to support a missionary, or if you are able to go, you go. I'm saying to you, you are missionaries. And you can be a missionary because God asks you to take care of your Jerusalem. You see what I mean?
Okay.
So Waukegan, Lake County is your Jerusalem. You can take care of your Jerusalem, which will be under ministries. Okay, it will be under ministry. It will be service in your church. But mission is about going and helping or sending. If you send missionaries, you are a missionary. How do you send? By giving and by praying. If a missionary is coming furlough here, what about receiving that missionary in your home? What about inviting that missionary, to eat with you?
Okay.
That's service. So you are a missionary.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're talking with Reverend Pastor Jeanne Franco Valdemar, Doctor in Divinity, President, Hope for Haitian American Youth and Elderly. And we are revisiting the earthquake that took place January the 12th, 2010 at 4:53 p.m. and happened in 35 seconds. And Pastor Valdemar is to be commended for his effort in trying to bring support for the Haitian community. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Community Focus. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks Sr., your host.